Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Yahoo News says the ocean floor is sinking. Uh-oh. The ocean floor is sinking under the weight of melting glaciers, they say. And it's as bad as it sounds. Boy, if this isn't an Ooga Booga story that I've ever heard of. So Yahoo News takes Newsweek's article, they put it out there. It says so much extra water is being added into the world's oceans from melting glaciers that the ocean floor is sinking underneath its increasing weight. I can't even read this with a straight face. It says this ocean floor deformation also means we've miscalculated just how much ocean levels are rising, and the problem could be far worse than previously believed. No. It says over the past 20 years, ocean basins have sunk, listen to this, an average of 0.04 of an inch per year. So now they're freaking out they're freaking out over 0.04 of an inch per year, or 0.08 of an inch over the last 2 decades. And they go on to say, wow, this is a small fragment of an inch, and it may not seem like much. Oceans cover 70% of our planet, making the problem bigger than it initially sounds. Okay. What the hell does 70% of our planet being covered with water have to do with the fact that the ocean floor sank 0.08 of an inch? It has absolutely no bearing on it. Think about this for a second, folks, before I go any further than this. What's beneath the ocean floor, right? You have water, and then you have the crust, and then you have a big fat layer of molten rock, followed by a molten core, followed by a solid core. If you accept mainstream science for the makeup, if you will, of the Earth and the interior of the Earth. Now, molten rock, I would think, would provide a little bit more of a push, maybe some support, than would water. We're not exactly talking about rocket science here. No, we're talking about geology. And interestingly enough, the Earth goes through changes all the time. And 0.04 of an inch per year is certainly nothing to freak out about. There was just a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in the Caribbean. And I have to wonder if the ocean floor moved and was displaced at all during the earthquake. And does that have to do with melting glaciers? Because a lot of people would say, wow, that's a ridiculous conclusion. Just like this one. It says in studies published online in geophysical research levels, researchers explain how they use mathematical equations known as the elastic sea level equation. Oh, I like that. That sounds like they spent at least a good 20 minutes thinking that one up to more accurately measure the ocean floor. This allowed them to see how much the bottom of the ocean floor had changed from 1993 to 2014. I would imagine that's about as exciting as watching grass grow. I'm just saying. Now, while there are not, these aren't the first scientists to look at the ocean floor, of course not. This is the first time that researchers have watched grass grow. I mean, have taken into account how additional water from melted ice may have further stretched the ocean floor. This is the biggest asinine story I've ever seen. As a matter of fact, I think they were severely hurting for content when they decided to publish this cockamamie story. And to think that we need to freak out because the ocean floor has sunk 0.04 of an inch. Oh, and I'm sure that they've gone and measured the entire ocean floor, which consequently 70% of the Earth is, covered with water. So that's a vast amount of land at the bottom of the ocean that they would have to measure. So I doubt that they've done that. And we take a look at where they're measuring it and everything else, and you can tell that this is nothing more than a lot of fear-mongering. And these things happen all the time. Just like down in Antarctica, this is science for you. They detected a strange electric blue cloud over Antarctica. Okay. Says NASA's Ames spacecraft is monitoring a vast string of electric blue clouds circling high above Antarctica. These noctilucent clouds, or NLCs, made of ice crystals, frosting, specks of meteor smoke. Yes, they actually said that the clouds over Antarctica are a product of meteor smoke. Again, I have to question why we put so much faith in science when they come up with garbage like this to try to explain something that they, it'd be nice to try and find out the truth about it, but really, don't you think that we have other things that we need to be focusing on instead of meteor smoke and the ocean sinking 0.004 of an inch? I'm just saying, I think that there's plenty of things that we could do with these resources outside of glorified grass growing and watching it. So please, folks, don't buy into this fear. Don't buy into this, oh, the oceans, oh, the glaciers, oh, the meteor smoke. Because at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is get your focus off of what you need to be focusing on. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. # Wake the Flock Up. Have a great day, everybody.